Built up by 1-800-ASK-GARY. Now, who's taking the stand?
All right, it is I. It is Plead the Fifth, the Orlando Files. So you get to learn a little something about your boy. Let's see. You got 3 questions that come from in the room. Mark is out, so we got Buck Nasty in here.
Boom.
He's
been waiting all morning to drop that.
He's been waiting for
I
his sound
planned that
effect.
boom for an hour.
This is my intro. And we get 3 from the listeners. I get a boomerang where I get to flip it back on everybody else in the room, and I get 1 pass. So, Davi and Clockwork, you're going first.
Yes. Okay, you have been at the helm of Wild 94.1 for a while now.
Every question starts with that.
Always.
We're here when Jesus was in the turn.
No, so we do a lot of things from Beat the Bomb. We've done Don't Wake the Baby, Throwback Proms, all kinds of events and promotions. I want to know, in your experience, what was one of the worst promotions that we've done? It just didn't work. It didn't hit like it sounded. It sounded good on paper, but it just wasn't it.
The worst was this was a couple years back. This was quite a few. This was when Sean King was quarterback.
Oh wow.
And we decided, we were like, we got cocky and decided we wanted to do a New Year's Eve party. And because we were like doing erotic exotic ball and all of the stuff at all of the clubs and everything else, we're like, and then we started doing these concerts. We're like fitting 20,000 people in these concerts proper.
Wow.
So we're like, dog, we could sell 650 tickets to a New Year's Eve thing. I'm like, you know what? We're going to call it something classy. Like, we just going to have tuxedos, something classy. We're going to do it at the a la carte pavilion.
Oh.
We going to make this thing dope. Man, it was like 16 people.
Oh, God.
And we kept saying, we know we can sell this because we've done so. And we took it so cocky. And it was like, to this day, anytime I'm like looking at something where I'm thinking that, we got this, I just say something classy to myself. Like, don't count your chickens before they hatch.
That was literally the name of it, something classy.
It was called something classy.
Okay.
Horrible. It was a horrible idea.
There's
It
so
did
many
not
different
work.
things to compete with that night.
Yeah.
So many different
It didn't work.
traditions.
It totally didn't work.
Wow, okay.
We look good, though.
Sure you
It
did.
should look good.
You didn't even have to think about that one. It just
I
came
do.
right
It was
to
the worst thing ever. It was absolutely the worst. Yeah. All right, let's see. What we got?
I got one for you.
Yeah.
When did you screw everything up, but no one ever found out that it was you?
When did I screw everything up and nobody knew it was me?
Yeah. I think this happens to everybody at some point.
Oh man, I honestly like screwed up everything and nobody knew it was me. I haven't.
You haven't screwed up anything?
Not where everybody knew. I've been lucky so far. I'm pretty sure maybe early in my career I messed up some stuff and for instance, we had like an accounting system when I first started in radio to do traffic, and it was supposed to be backed up, like so you could have all the stuff just in case something happened.
Yes.
And something happened. And so it was time to plug in the backup because they're like, well, I'm sure you back up every night. And I hadn't backed up for like a week.
Oh, God.
What's a backup?
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know that was my job. And the lady, Sybil Wilkes, who was over me, like covered for me and basically like did something to fake the system or something so where I didn't get in trouble.
Oh, that's good.
So, that's probably like where she stepped in and kind of helped me. But I had messed up.
Okay.
I don't know if it was I don't know what would have happened, but it was a week missing. and she didn't look happy when it was like, oh man, I wasn't doing my job.
This is not good.
Yeah, that was,
Like it's dead air.
That
and
was
you're
a
like,
mess up.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That was a mess up. Oh, and the time that I was talking to some lady when she called on the air, when I first got here, some lady was promising to do all kind of sexcapade things to me.
All
Because
right.
she liked DJs.
Okay.
So she was promising the world. And I was just like, yeah. She's like, you got a sexy voice. I'm like, really, do I? I'm doing all of the like trying to be fly, and the button was up. And so they were listening to me in the lobby.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
no.
I remember Flying Brian came in the room. He's like, how you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm good. I had put her on hold. And he's like, hey, the girl that's on hold? I'm like, how you know? He's like, we can hear it on the board.
Oh my
Got
gosh.
the board set up. I'm
You
like,
just flirting.
I was talking mad game.
Trying to
I'm like,
get
yeah, I
it.
can come over after my show. I'm done at 7 o'clock.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it. All right, what you got, Buck?
Orlando.
Yo.
I gotta
Boom.
do a good one because because Mark's not here and I gotta keep up with what Mark would say.
Yes.
So I checked out your Instagram stories
Uh-oh.
when you went to California.
Okay, you did.
You
Yes.
know, Hollywood,
Yeah.
land of the stars, the
Yeah.
actresses.
Yeah.
So I noticed there were some actresses
Oh, Lord.
in your stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did that relationship with them, how did it come up? How did that start? And the second part is, has it ever gone farther with any of them, with you and them?
Oh, I love this question.
Leading to the bedroom.
With any of so I'm breaking apart your question. Your question is, how did my relationship with the people who were in the picture in LA come about?
Yeah,
And
how did you get to know them?
Has anything popped off personally with these people?
Are you being specific about specific people who he took
No, I mean, I'm
pictures
just
of?
trying to
just
answer
in
the
general.
question. Like, what?
Just in general, not specific. Just
Ain't no in general. I'm trying to answer the question.
I have
Okay.
a specific.
Okay.
You took pictures with some porn stars.
That's what I'm
Right,
saying.
yeah, right. Nikki Benz
Yeah.
and Alexis Texas.
Okay.
Friends of the
And,
show.
Yeah, like, so they fam. I met them through my man Sujit Kundu, who is a manager of DJs, and he throws this party every year. So like 7, 8, 9 years ago, I met them at one of the first parties, and we kicked it. And like everybody was creepy around them because they porn stars, and they was cool with everybody who wasn't creepy around them.
it's got to be
And
hard
like-
to act normal.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But you act normal with them, they like it. They're like, yo, that's dope and whatever. So then everybody else looking is like, yo, they over there kicking it with the porn stars. So you makes you look like you up on something. But really, it's you over there talking about, man, who farted? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like they regular jokey people. So they're very dope. Porn doesn't come up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Right.
not like you sitting over there chatting about scenes or nothing like that.
What was the last shot you did?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? How did it go
Weird.
today? Like, that doesn't go down. And nothing ever, like, you know, with them like that. Nah,
They
not at
just
all.
friends.
Matter of fact, Alexis's dad lives here in Tampa now, or in the area, and she's coming to visit.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
So you can ask your wife if you can go to that lunch.
Tell her I do video. I got a camera.
I'm sure a lot of guys say that. I have a
I'm
camera.
sure that's the first thing they hear from every dude.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 3 from the audience coming up, and I still get to boomerang 1 back. I plead the 5th. We're going to the listener half, 888-429-0941. Calls and texts. I got 1 pass left, and I still get to boomerang. Who we got?
I got a question for you.
Okay.
Between Allie That Girl, Kenzie K, and Babs, rank the best to the worst in afternoon. But really, it's middays.
Best to worst, like as far as DJs?
Yes.
I mean, all of them are different, so I don't know about best. Like, I mean, I think they all have different qualities. Like, I think the like Kenzie's game is like being more current because like she is like the different desperate households,
The
and different
Cardi.
area codes, all
Yeah.
that stuff. Like she was the girl that was out there chasing that. Like she introduced us to Cardi, so that's always going to be her claim. You know, Babs is like Miss. I need to meet. Like she's out in the lobby meeting every listener and taking pictures with people. Hey, boo, hey. And you think she knows everybody because she has that vibe that she has that relationship with them. But she's just meeting these people and just putting herself out there like that. Allie was like, you know, one of our original, you know, so
Yeah.
she was involved in a lot of the creation of what we do. So I look at them kind of differently. So I can't tier them because they're in different. It's almost like saying somebody from the first part of a movie series and then the sequel and whatever. You're trying to stack all the performances with different scripts.
Okay.
So it's hard for me to do that. But like they all got a big position in who we are and what we've been doing.
That was a listener question for you.
All right, there we go. We got somebody who called, and then you got one, whichever one. Where am I going?
Jessica, I believe her name is.
Jessica, you got a question for me?
Yes, I do.
Hey, what's the question?
Okay, so I'm a longtime listener, and I've heard you say multiple times that you still pay child support every month.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks ago, or about a month ago, I heard you say that Jen does not wear her ring. So I'm wondering, is the relationship legit, or are you guys just playing house for the kids?
Ooh. Wow.
Jessica dug deep.
Jessica. No, I mean, I don't wear a ring either, though. Like, I mean, there's no, like, once we got divorced, we stopped wearing rings. But us getting back together wasn't on the impetus of, like, us getting back to marriage type thing. It wasn't, that wasn't it. And so, you know, like that's where the rings come in, the hardware comes in. So I mean, I know what mine is. I don't know where hers even is. I don't know.
I'm sure she kept it.
Yeah, you know, so I don't know if she got rid of it or whatever. But and as far as you know, like the child support thing, my interpretation of it is different because I've seen people go to jail for it or at least get chased for it. So I'm like, it's a court ordered thing. You kind of have to do that. You can't just decide against the court and say, hey, we good now, so we gonna stop. Like, I think somebody goes to jail for that. So I just always make sure I'm doing what the court says do. You know, that's like the separate business of it. But yeah, everything is legit.
Okay.
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 Is that a good answer?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Jessica. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right. Bye. Damn.
I have I know.
I noticed you ain't wearing no ring.
Yeah.
I'm like,
What's
what the
going
hell? Okay.
All right, quickly.
right.
This is your last question.
Yeah.
If you could.
I'll put my finger on the button right now, just in case.
With no consequences whatsoever, put hands on somebody from any time in your life. Who would it be and why?
Man.
You having flashbacks?
Take it back.
Man, if I could, man, it's just so many people. Like without consequences?
Without consequences.
Yeah. If I could put hands on somebody, DJ Shorty.
Oh, you about to
DJ
get
Shorty.
your Facebook about to blow up.
Yeah.
Clip of the
I
day.
mean, but that's the thing. It's like without consequence though.
Yeah.
That's the big part. It's
Right.
like because like the dude, like we know he pops up every year to kind of
Yes.
his whole hey, Orlando hates me, he won't hire me type thing. And I'm going through it right now where he's like texting me and I won't answer. So he's like, is this Orlando's number? Like he's confused if it's
Yeah,
my
he's
number.
having an episode.
Hater.
Yeah, you know, and so but my thing is I don't want to air like that. I think I told you
Yeah,
this.
we talked
I was like,
about
I
this.
don't want to air him out because now in this day and age of mental craziness,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want nobody to go out and off themselves because they've been lambasted by my audience. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to put him out there and embarrass him and then whatever, but I'm like on everything. Like it gets to the point where I'm just like, if it was no consequence, if I couldn't have to worry about him going to like go off and jump off something,
Yes.
I'd probably put hands on him. Also, Jeff Shrinsky.
There's a list.
Jeff Shrinsky is
that?
somebody who used to work here at the station that I don't rock with because he did something really bad to one of our friends that passed away.
Oh.
And I was like, yo, man, I wasn't happy with how that ended. And it's like, I'd put hands on him too.
Wow. Okay.
But I'd like to boomerang that question.
Oh.
Ha.
I'd like to boomerang that question. Am I done with all my three?
You are done.
All right,
Yes.
so yeah, y'all have to answer who, if you had no consequence on it, who would you put hands on?
My dude, I'll put hands on him even if I had
Oh,
consequences. Yeah, there was this kid in high school that me and my boys and him and his boys, we probably got in, I don't know, 7 or 8 different fights throughout high school. And if I see him today, it's on sight.
Why?
I'll lose everything
What?
over smacking this
What is
kid.
it about,
Yeah,
though?
I hate him. I hate him.
Really?
He could get it right now. He could get it this morning. Yeah. His name's Danny.
Danny.
Yeah, I'll go to jail right now
Oh
just
my
to get
God.
my hands on
Oh,
that
Lord.
This
Okay.
question is going so long.
Oh, you want me to clean it up a little bit?
Meredith, who would you put hands on?
I've never really hated anybody in my life but one person, and it's somebody that used to work for the Bubba the Love Sponge show, and she's a bitch, and she went on air talking mad ass about me, and so much so about how I got my job and how I was sleeping with people to get my job, which is so
You
far.
slept with people to get your job?
So far from the truth. It's never like the hard work that you see. She started saying that I slept with this person, that person. That's the only reason they hired me, and that hurt my feelings so bad. And if I saw her to this day and I haven't seen her, I'm getting like Dobby now.
It's on sight.
It's on sight, dude. What's the face?
Wow.
Oh my! I love this question. All right, Buck, bring it home.
Yo, I got the same situation. Let me tell you something. When I was in middle school, this kid, his name was Sean Parnell, and he used to corner me, right? And he would beat me up every day, and he would piss his pants, and he would sit on my chest so I could smell the piss.
What?
And he would wail me, right? He would just wail me. And they would come and they would knock on all the doors because I'd get home from school before my parents. Man, they'd come out there beating on the windows. He can get it.
Oh,
Wow.
From when? From fifth grade?
Middle school? No, like 8th grade.
totally different.
You need to let that go.
What about these two?
I mean, I'm just saying.
I ain't the only one.
You know, I mean, private pissy pants. You need to let that go, dog.
I'm scarred over here.
That's official. It's a wrap over.
Orlando and the Freak Show.
We got to come back. We got your workday kickoff popping at 9 o'clock. So if you want to hear something, we got you.